Dear students, from today onwards, we are going to see all the important topics in Engineering Mathematics 1. Today we are going to see method of variation of parameter. This is used to finding the general solution of second order differential equation. The second order differential equation will be of the form d square y by dx square plus a1 dy by dx plus a2y is equal to capital X. This equation will have the solution y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. The complementary form for this type is CF is equal to C1 F1 plus C2 F2, and particular integral will be of the form capital P F1 plus capital Q F2, where P can be calculated using the formula P is equal to minus integral small f2 into capital X by f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2 dx, and capital Q is equal to integral f1 x by f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2 dx. After finding all the values, we can find the solution for this equation, that is y is equal to c1 f1 plus c2 f2 plus pi. So in this type, we want to concentrate more on the formulas, that is we want to know what is complementary function. So the complementary function will be of the form c1 f1 plus c2 f2, and second thing is particular integral. Particular integral will be of the form capital P f1 plus capital Q f2, where f1 is term present in the complementary function and f2 also term present in the complementary function. After this, you want to calculate capital P and capital Q using the formulas. After calculating P and Q, we can form the solution y. Y is complementary function plus particular integral. So this is complementary function and particular integral. After calculating, we can substitute here. Now let us see one problem. Solve d square plus a square of y is equal to tan ax by the method of variation of parameters. So here you consider the given equation d square plus a square of y is equal to tan ax. So if you compare this with the original form, right hand side term is capital X. So here you see the right hand side term, right hand side is tan ax. So we can take capital X as tan ax. Now let us form the auxiliary equation. To form the auxiliary equation, you consider the equation, given equation. In this, you replace d by m and rewrite the equation. So if you replace d by m, we get m square plus a square is equal to 0. Now we bring this plus a square to the another side, so that will become minus a square. So we get m square is equal to minus a square. If you solve, we get m is equal to plus or minus ai. If it is m square is a square, we can write plus or minus a. If it is minus a square, we have to write plus or minus ai. We know that if the roots of the form alpha plus or minus I beta, then the complementary function will be e power alpha x plus c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. This is the complementary function form for the imaginary roots. It is of the form alpha plus or minus I beta. So here you can see the root is plus or minus ai. That means alpha. Alpha means the real part. Here the real part is 0. So alpha is 0 and beta is a. You can compare alpha plus or minus I beta and plus or minus ai. So we get alpha is 0 and beta is a. Now we can substitute in this complementary function formula. So if you substitute, we get e power alpha x. We know that alpha is 0. So e power 0x into c1 cos beta x. So here beta is a. So we get c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax. So that is, here we are substituting alpha is 0 and beta is a. So if you substitute, we get e power alpha x, so e power 0x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. We have substituted alpha and beta value. So we know that e power 0x value is 1. So we get complementary function as c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax. We know that in method of variation of parameter, complementary function will be of the form c1 f1 plus c2 f2. Now if you compare these two equations, we can get f1 as cos ax and f2 as sin ax. Just you can compare these two. So f1 will be cos ax and f2 is sin ax. So we can write it f1 is equal to cos ax and f2 is equal to sin ax. Now we are going to find its derivative, because you see the P formula. So P formula we need f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2. For this, first we are calculating the denominator. To calculate the denominator, we need a derivative of f1 and f2. So we are calculating the derivative of f1 and f2, that is f1 dash is equal to, now you differentiate cos ax, differential of cos ax is minus sin ax into differential of that inner term, that is ax, differential of ax with respect to x is a. Therefore we get minus a sin ax, that is f1 dash. Similarly, you differentiate f2, so we get f2 dash is equal to, now you differentiate the sin ax, differential of sin ax is cos ax into differential of that inner term ax, differential of ax is a. Therefore f2 dash is a cos ax. Now let us find out the denominator, f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2, that is equal to f1 is cos ax, just you can see here it is cos ax into f2 dash is a cos ax minus f1 dash is minus a sin ax into f2 is sin ax. So that is we are calculating the denominator term, that is equal to here cos ax into cos ax. If you multiply, we can get cos square ax. So a is a constant, so we get a cos square ax. And you see the second term, minus into minus will be plus, sin ax into sin ax is sin square ax. A is a constant, so we get a sin square ax. In both the terms, you can see a is common, you can take that common term outside, remaining will be cos square ax plus sin square ax. We know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. We are substituting that formula here. So a into cos square ax plus sin square ax is 1. So a into 1 is a. So this is the value of the denominator. So when calculating p and q, in denominator place we can substitute just a. Now let us calculate pi. So pi formula is pf1 plus qf2. First let us find out capital P and capital Q. After calculating these two values, we can substitute in pi formula. Now you consider the formula. Capital P is equal to minus integral f2 capital X by f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2 dx. That is equal to minus integral f2. So you can see f2 is a sin ax. F2 is sin ax. We can substitute sin ax into capital X. Capital X is tan ax, that is in the given problem, by f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2, that is denominator value we have calculated already, that is a into dx. That is equal to, we can take this 1 by a outside, it is a constant, so we get minus 1 by a integral sin ax into tan ax can be written as sin ax by cos ax into dx. That is equal to minus 1 by a integral sin into sin is sin square. So we get sin square ax by cos ax into dx. Now before integrating, let us simplify it, because formulas are not available for sin square ax by cos ax dx. So let us simplify it further. So we get it as minus 1 by a integral sin square ax can be written as 1 minus cos square ax by denominator term we are writing as it is cos ax dx. Now denominator is cos ax, let us divide with each term in the numerator. So we get minus 1 by a integral. So if we divide with each term, we get 1 by cos ax minus cos square ax by cos ax into dx. We know that 1 by cos ax can be written as secant ax, and here if you cancel one cos and cos, remaining will be cos ax dx in the numerator. That is equal to minus 1 by a integral secant ax minus cos ax dx. That is equal to minus 1 by a. Now let us do the integration. Integral of secant ax dx is 1 by a log of secant ax plus tan ax. This is the formula, just you by heart it. Minus this minus integral cos ax. Integral of cos ax is sin ax by, you differentiate this ax and write it in the denominator. So we get by a. That is equal to, now in first term and second term 1 by a is common. You can take the constant term outside. So minus 1 by a in the front, and one more 1 by a will come. So minus 1 by a into 1 by a is minus 1 by a square. Write the remaining term log secant ax plus tan ax minus sin ax. Now you can multiply this minus sign inside. So you will get 1 by a square into this term. Sin term will become positive and log term will become negative. So we get sin ax minus log of secant ax plus tan ax. So we have calculated capital P value. Now let us calculate capital Q. The formula is integral f1 capital X by f1 f2 dash minus f1 dash f2 dx. That is equal to integral f1, already we know what is the value of f1. F1 is cos ax into capital X. Capital X is right hand side function, it is tan ax, by denominator we have calculated already, that is a dx. Now 1 by a is constant, you can take it out. Integral cos ax into this tan can be written as sin ax by cos ax dx. That is equal to 1 by a integral, we can cancel this cos and cos, remaining will be sin ax dx. That is equal to 1 by a. If you integrate the sin ax, we get minus cos ax, and differentiate this ax term and write the term in the denominator. So differential of ax is a, so by a. That is equal to minus 1 by a square into cos ax. So this is the value of capital Q. Next let us write what is our Pi. Pi is capital P f1 plus capital Q f2. That is equal to 1 by a square into, this is P, 1 by a square into sin ax minus log secant ax plus tan ax. This is P value, already we have calculated. P into f1. F1 is cos ax plus, you write Q. Q is minus 1 by a square into cos ax into f2. F2 is sin ax. Now we can multiply this cos ax term and sin ax term. So we get 1 by a square sin ax into this cos ax. So we will get cos ax minus 1 by a square log secant ax plus tan ax into cos ax. We are multiplying this 1 by a square and cos ax with each term. Similarly, in the second term you multiply with sin ax. So we get minus 1 by a square sin ax into cos ax. Here you can see 1 by a square sin ax cos ax minus 1 by a square sin ax cos ax. We can cancel these two terms. So the remaining term will be minus 1 by a square cos ax into log secant ax plus tan ax. This is the value of Pi. Next we can write the general solution y. We know that y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. That is equal to, complementary function is c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax plus particular integral is minus 1 by a square cos ax into log of secant ax plus tan ax. So this is the solution for the first problem.